Another match day. Review. Let's get stuck in to it. Lots of action, lots of controversy, lots of goals, but we kick off with the greatest league in the world, Scottish League 2. You for it?
Aye.
Let's go. Athletic 2. Stenhousemuir 3. I know what I like about this league. In the lower leagues, there's loads of goals. You never get a 0-0.
That's because they're all pish.
Alright, way to bury them. Right, they're not all pish, they're all great wee teams. When we put them, the pyramid would be pish. It wouldn't be a pyramid, it would just be a point.
Pyramid is pish.
I know it is, who am I trying to kid? I can hype it up for 30 seconds for the algorithm, but see once you go past that...
I mean, 42 teams and 95% of them are shite. Like, 95% of them are just fucking amateurs with a pitch. I mean, that's literally it, a couple of balls.
That's it then. That's it. That's the whole thing knackered. Thoughts on that game? I mean, Athletic out the door, out the window. We have another 3-2 up next. East Fife pumping 4 for Athletic. None of these, like, you look at all 10 of these teams, right, and see apart from Dumbarton. I say apart from Dumbarton, they're fucking Champions League heavy hitters. You know?
The Real Madrid's the Scottish League 2.
But I think they are like the only team in this league I look at and be like, they probably should be a bit higher.
Well, I think I predicted a draw with Annan Athletic. I predicted a 4-4 win. Was off with that. I predicted a Bonnie Rig Rose win. I predicted, I believe, Stirling to beat Albion Rovers, and I predicted, I believe, Dumbarton to beat Stranraer. So they're not bad there. I got 3 out of 5.
Well, if I was able to predict mine instead of getting interrupted by a mimicking rat, you know, I could have maybe got more, but I didn't. So we're going to look at the League 2 standings in Dumbarton. I mean, Stirling got 2 games in hand, so you never know. But again, Bonnie Rig Rose, they really needed that win, didn't they? Could Albion Rovers finally be getting knocked out of the Great Pyramid?
Here's hoping. So, man, Albion Rovers have been in this too long. They never go anywhere. They're just a team that's destined to be shite in League 2 forever. But with the Pyramid, maybe they won't be in League 2 forever. Maybe they'll be going down to the Lowland League.
Take me down to Chinatown. We're going on to League 1 though. This is where the Real Madrids of this world come. Look at that, Dunfermline. Does that know where it's at? Dunfermline Falkirk on Tuesday. Big game. $12.99 on pay-per-view.
Will you be there?
I won't be there. Will you be there?
Unfortunately, I can't make it.
You doing your wee slave 9 to 5 job?
That's exactly what I'll be doing.
Because, you know what? Oh, there's a game on tomorrow. You going to on tomorrow? You're off tomorrow.
Who's playing tomorrow?
I don't know. Someone. There'll be some pish team playing tomorrow.
Nah, I'll not be there. I'll be working away 9 to 5 minimum wage. You got... Well, actually, no, I'm not minimum wage. Get an extra 50p there, brother. You know.
Aye, brilliant. Right, anyway, 2-0 Dunfermline. You know, they're going to win the league, aren't they? Falkirk 5, Peterhead. That's no good for them. Kelty Hearts 1, Embra 2, Montrose 2, Clyde 0, Queen of the South 3, Airdrie 2. There was a wee bit of revival with Airdrie recently, but that's kind of knackered at the minute, if we're being honest. You look at the league table.
We're not even talking about the results, man. I mean...
Alright, you talk about the results, you predict them. Were you spot on? I feel like you got the first 2 right.
Predicted Dunfermline, I predicted Falkirk, I predicted, I think, a draw in the FC Edinburgh Kelty Hearts game. I went with Montrose to beat Clyde, and I believe I was going to give the edge to Airdrieonians in the last one, but nah, Marvin Bartley's Queen of the South get the win. And I feel like he needed a win because last few games he's lost them, haven't went too well for him, so yeah, big win for them. Big win for Dunfermline as well, keeping their gap above Falkirk. Falkirk 5-0 win over Peterhead. Yeah, I mean...
Is what it is, and I think Peterhead... They're not looking good for Peterhead. I think they could be heading down.
It's not looking good for Clyde either, though, is it? I mean, let's be real. The thing is, right, you can look at the league table and you can say that Peterhead, a win takes them above Clyde, right? And that is true. But the fact is, they've only won 2 games in 27. So wins aren't coming around often for Peterhead. So, albeit the gap to Clyde, right, isn't big. But 2 points to Peterhead is big.
Of course it is.
So, I don't know, man, if I was Clyde... Don't get me wrong, Clyde, you wouldn't want to go to the last day with a 2 point gap, like, and then God forbid you lose and Peterhead win, but I don't know. Just based on the stats, man, Peterhead's probably only got one more win on them this season.
Pretty much, but you mean...
Look at the goal difference as well.
It's not like Clyde, though, sitting on a massive...
No, it's not, but minus 50. I feel like another win for Clyde would keep them up.
Yeah, what is the point of Peterhead's existence?
I know, but when you... I feel like... I do feel like... Unless they play each other, they probably do. I mean, they've probably got a game against each other remaining. But yeah, I feel like another...
Or that 1W for Clyde was against Peterhead.
It could have been against Peterhead, like, but I feel like one more win for Clyde will probably be enough to keep them up.
Probably. As we move to the Championship on Friday with Hamilton against Arbroath 0-0. I said you don't get 0-0s, turns out you do.
Ah, well, there you go.
Ayr United getting beat at home by Inverness. Cove Rangers getting beat 2-0 at home by Dundee. Partick Thistle beating Raith Rovers. And Queen's Park, look, last time I looked it was 2-0. I thought they won. But Greenock Morton...
Yeah, Queen's Park were 2-0 up, but nah, Greenock Morton had other plans and they came back, got a draw, and I mean, that derails Queen's Park, their push at the top of the table.
Well, I wouldn't quite say it derails them.
Well, no, but I mean, you're 2-0 up.
The train's been delayed by 10 minutes.
Well, you're 2-0 up at half time, right? Late on, they were 2-0. You'd expect to see that game out at home like you would.
No, you would, and a lot of talk of them being in the league. Only 1,800 seats at their ground. Should they get Hampden? Would they get Hampden? That is a discussion for another day. But if we look at the league table, they are 2 points clear of Dundee, and I just think Dundee are going to do it. I do. I don't want Dundee to do it. I'd love to see Queen's Park up there. You know, there's the...
Right, and you a big Queen's Park fan?
Here, the team with the third most Scottish Cups. And they've 10. And they haven't won any since 1897.
Would that not put them in second place then, above Sevco? I've only got them on.
Well, hold on, it would put them in third place. Still.
Well, if they're in third, well, that's true. I know, but
you fucking
the Rangers Scottish Cup's no die.
No my book.
Alright,
because they're still alive. Staying alive. But Partick Thistle, could they?
No, you know what? All I ask for, right, is for one person, obviously with a bit of authority, someone that matters, just come out and say whether Rangers are the same club or not. That's all I want. I mean, obviously you got Celtic fans saying they're dead, and Rangers fans are never going to say, aye, we're dead. But it's like, it seems to be like UEFA and FIFA and any government body that matters acknowledge Rangers as being the same club.
Well, right, well, that's...
Yeah, Celtic fans will tell you they're dead.
Yeah, but this is a wind-up. I mean, there will be obsessed ones that genuinely believe they are dead.
Yeah, but I mean...
wired to the fucking moon.
If they're doing a Champions League draw, and there's, who have we got in Pot C? It's Rangers FC. Oh, what's this? Glasgow Rangers, founded in 2013. No, you know what I mean? Or 2000...
No, but
UEFA don't do that shit. I mean, any government body that I hear speak, it refers to Rangers as just Rangers, like. But Celtic fans seem to think, and I'm not saying they're wrong, but Celtic fans seem to, that's a new club. You went down, you got liquidated, you got sent to the bottom of the league, you had to apply for a new licence. I mean, that's all well and good, but I would just like somebody to come out and say what the actual fucking final
Well,
thing
who are you going to trust? FIFA, UEFA, literally every pundit, footballer, fan that ain't supporting Celtic, or Aberdeen lad.
I get that. But even Chris Sutton, he's never come out and says, he's a new club.
Look, I know, but... I know, they're... You know what? They're not a new club. They're fucking... It's Rangers, alright? Got problems with it?
No, but I'm just saying, Celtic fans always say that how Rangers are...
Well, say they are
Well,
now.
my point is, where's the proof?
No, but I say they are
No,
now.
but how many times do you see, that cup final, right? Fireplay uploaded the trophies won by each team, and then Celtic uploaded like an edited, picture on like one of their posts, and it had like 0 titles for Rangers.
Right. Well, listen. Say it is a new club. Why are they so bothered by this new club? Why do they treat it like it's the old firm? Why do they give a fuck? Why is there so much hatred for Celtic fans against Rangers fans if it's a new club?
No, that makes sense to me. Well, they say they don't. They say there is no old firm.
Why were they crying in their fucking pillows when Rangers stopped 10 in a row if it was just some new club?
Well, I don't know, that doesn't make sense. I mean, you could argue they just want to stop, but they want to win 10 in a row, like whoever stops it. Would they not have been upset if fucking Dundee United stopped it?
Fuck, Dundee United couldn't stop shite running down a hill. No, but it's just one. They've said it since 2012, right? And it's going to stick. It's like Celtic touch kids, right? But realistically, when was the last time kids actually got touched at the club?
It's been a while.
You know, but you still say it. Even if it hasn't actually happened for a while.
And that's why we get no sponsorship deal on this channel.
I'm not saying they touch kids, but they touch kids. Anyway, back to the Championship, Queen's Park. Are Queen's Park the biggest team in Glasgow?
Well, they might be, huh? They've fucking got the money behind them. They've only been, full time now for a couple of seasons, and they've got automatic promotions, back-to-back promotions. Can they make it 3 in a row? We will find out. Partick Thistle doing well since Chris Doolan came in. Don't bother think we're going to the next page yet. Chris Doolan. I mean, it's weird that a striker has come in and he's sorted the team out defensively.
I know, that's pretty mad. Partick Thistle, though.
I remember Ian McCall got sacked after that Scottish Cup game against Rangers. A lot of people thought that was very harsh, but I don't know, Partick Thistle have been on a good run since then. And they've went from, I believe, 6th up to 3rd since Ian McCall was removed. So maybe it wasn't such a bad sacking after all. I predicted Partick Thistle to win the league at the start of the season. You know what? I'm going to stick with it.
Stick with it? Like a Pritt stick?
I think Partick Thistle will win the championship. You heard it here first, guys.
Ayr United have kind of just dropped off. I mean, look at their last 4 games. 3 L's and a D. Not good.
Yeah, but if they win their game in hand, like, they're still right up there. So
Not true. I mean, but if Greenock Morton, if they win their game in hand...
Yeah, no, this league is very close. I'd still say it's a 5-way title fight.
I want Ayr, Greenock, or Queen's Park to go up.
Somebody new.
Big jock. Anyway, let's go.
Hey, wait, whoa!
Whoa! We're fucking moving on, right?
No, we're not. We need to talk.
The league that matters.
We need to talk
Highland
about.
League.
We need to talk about the bottom of the table here. Arbroath now just a point behind Hamilton, although that's what they were before this Matchday started. Cove Rangers with another defeat though, and only 2 points separate.
They drew with each other, you dick.
I know, but Cove Rangers got beat. So only 2 points separate the bottom 2 teams.
Fair enough.
And now, the big question is, who's going down? I mean, it's like rock, paper, scissors between these 3 teams. One's getting humped, one's getting semi-humped, and one's getting untouched.
Who's it going to be, though? Who's getting untouched?
I've got a feeling Cove Rangers might go down.
I mean, their form's
against them. Got the worst goal difference. Nah, they don't really have the experience of the championship.
Got the most goals, though.
They do. Nah, they have the most goals, like, but Arbroath's got Dick Campbell, and I just feel like if it comes to it, he'll try and batter somebody.
Cheesy peeps, man! Aye, well, I'm going Cove Rangers to stay up, or I'm going Hamilton to go down.
Because we're fucking Hamilton. I think if Hamilton go down, you'll never see them again.
No. They'll never make it back.
Hamilton's one of those teams where I don't think they can. I look at Dunfermline, right? And I can see Dunfermline. I know it's took them a while, and it's been a long time, but I just see Dunfermline one day will be back in the Premiership.
Yeah, Hamilton, I don't. I mean, academically.
Like a Partick Thistle, you know what? I know there's been a few seasons, but sooner or later, I do see them getting promoted from the Championship. Dundee will get promoted. Might not be this year, but,
Same with Falkirk.
But I just don't really see it with Hamilton.
Although Queen's Park fans in 1897 probably thought, we're going to win the next Scottish Cup. Fast forward, 100 and what?
Right, anyway,
6 years.
We've spoken enough shit, 14 minutes about the lower leagues. Let's get on to the big leagues, brother. The leagues that matter. And we will start with Hearts against St Johnstone at Tynecastle. Big win for Hearts. And I predicted 3-0. And I got it right. I also predicted 3-1 to a certain team for Glasgow, a team that has been alive since longer than 2012, and I got that one right as well, so...
Lovely jubbly. Did you bet it, though?
Did I? Fuck no, everything I bet lost.
Why didn't you stick your 800 quid on that?
No, that would have been a...
Sander Clark, though, 7th clean sheet for him.
I'll tell you what, I'd 80 quid in Dundee United, and that's
rock bottom.
So yeah, Sander Clark, I mean, I tell you what, worried about Craig Gordon. I'm not worried at all. I thought Sander Clark was the second best goalkeeper before Hearts signed him. I've not changed my mind here. I'm not being biased. I still think he's the second best goalkeeper in the league. Seen some Rangers fans now saying that they wish they had signed him. I mean, why not? At the time, though, I mean, it's alright with hindsight saying that, but, I mean, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I don't think Rangers fans would have took Clark over McGregor. I don't even think they would have took Clark over McLaughlin.
No, when you probably take a dead body over McLaughlin.
I mean, you ask him now, and you would definitely take Sander Clark.
Absolutely.
100%. I mean, he's the form goalkeeper in the league, and I think he is the next replacement for Craig Gordon at the national level. So we'll see. I've heard people say that Davy Marshall needs to come out of retirement to help Scotland through this next period of games. I mean, that's nonsense. Imagine saying that Davy Marshall has to come out of retirement. Are you trying to say that every other goalkeeper in Scotland's pish?
I know.
I mean, honestly.
Liam Kelly.
God forbid Liam Kelly or Sander Clark have to get thrown in.
Oh, I know. Fuck the inhumanity.
You telling me we can't survive a couple of games with them in nets?
And it's like, Davy Marshall's in the league.
So what's I know?
It's not like he's playing in the Premier League.
So Hearts can survive with Sander Clark replacing Gordon, but Scotland can't?
Come on,
it's not like Sander Clark's the reason Hearts' form's went to shit. He's actually been fucking keeping us in games, to be honest. We just went through a bad run of form. No, man, need to put some respect on Sander Clark's name.
What about Livingston? They've crumbled.
Yeah, let's move on to Livingston. Livingston won, Hibernian 4. Livy took the lead through Joel Newbley. There was some crazy stat where every time Joel Newbley scores first against Hibernian, that, or there's some, I don't know, there's some stat like when Newbley scores first, Livingston go on and win. Obviously, it's not against Rangers because he scored against them, but there was some stat where if Newbley scores, Livy win. And, obviously that didn't happen here. Livy got a man sent off second half. Hibernian went on, made it 4-1. Hibernian now looking stronger for third place. Livy cement their place outside the top 6. It's going to look dangerous for Livy. We also had Davy Martindale getting sent off here in the last couple of minutes of the game. So this is what happened here. This is David Martindale's version of events, and he says that David Marshall would back him up if it goes to what do you call that when they
tribunal?
Oh no, when they try and claim it, like get the red card taken away. What do you call it?
Overturn?
Aye, well, trial or whatever. What's it?
The tribunal? That's what you call it.
Tribunal?
Aye.
That's what they call it?
Yes.
In FITBA?
Aye.
Well, I don't think it's called that, but anyway.
Fuck it is.
That's fair enough then, right?
What would you call it then? Oh, the thing where they overturn it?
the review or whatever?
Aye, the fucking review show.
Anyway, so...
Well, what happened? Did he call him a dick?
Well, no, Davy Marshall asked... David, now this is David Martindale's version of events, and he says David Marshall will back him 100%. David Marshall asked how much time was remaining. There was 1 minute remaining, and David Marshall gave him one finger. Now, the referee didn't like the position of the finger, and he decided to send David Martindale off. I think David Martindale said he will appeal this red card, and he said he was just telling David Marshall how much time was remaining.
This is a load of fucking shite.
No, this is for David Martindale.
This actually happened?
This is from David Martindale's mouth. David Marshall asked him how much time was remaining, and he showed him one finger to suggest 1 minute, and apparently showed him the wrong finger. Happened to be the middle one.
What a load of fucking pish.
What happened, man? Now,
alright, but even if David Marshall goes, he was just showing me the time, he's still giving the middle finger.
I'm sure the 4 Livingston fans that were in attendance can attest to it as well. Aye. Anyway, big win for Hibernian. Lee Johnson, it was crazy, man. About a month ago he was in the El Sacchio, and now he is pushing for third place. So, I tell you what, I actually think Hibs will beat Rangers on Wednesday.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Heard it here first. Speaking of Rangers, let's move on to them next. It was Rangers 3, Kilmarnock 1. Another one of the score predictions that I got right. Rangers took a 2-0 lead through, I believe, Fashion Sakala and somebody. Goldson. That's it. Goldson with the header. And then Rangers went on a penalty.
Right, what actually was this penalty? I looked at it 3 times and couldn't decide what actually happened.
Now,
was it a handball?
Yeah, it was a handball. CJ Novo says it was harsh, but by the letter of the law, it's a pen. Listen, by the letter of nothing, you're just a biased fucking bastard. This was not a penalty. This is a disgrace. Literally every fucking body was like, there's no way he can give a penalty for that. And he did give a penalty for that, right? I can guarantee you, man, CJ Novo would be having another mental breakdown if the referee gave Kilmarnock a penalty for this. It was embarrassing, man. It was no a penalty.
Was that bad?
It just wasn't a fucking penalty.
Well, see, I seen it three times and didn't know what he gave it for.
This is the same guy that says the one against Livy last week was a stonewaller. This is the same guy that said the tackle for Nicky Clark was 100% a red, but the Ryan Jack one wasn't as bad and the yellow was fair.
I was in Ibrox that day, I tell you what, not everyone was thinking that.
Well, he was thinking it, so that just shows you...
I don't know if he was in Ibrox.
Well, probably not, like, because he's an armchair fan, reminds me of someone. But anyway, the point being is...
You don't have an armchair.
I mean, the point here is, right, I mean, Tavernier's got a good goal-scoring record, but Jesus Christ, with the amount of penalties Rangers get, is it any surprise he's got all these goals?
No. But yeah, Kelly make it 3-1. Awful goalkeeping for McGregor. You see it?
He's done.
Fucking pish.
McGregor's done.
Flapping at it like a dog.
I don't understand. I don't understand when people say McLaughlin doesn't have a future at Rangers. Like McGregor does. I mean, what's McGregor's future at Rangers?
I know, just call it.
Is he going to play?
What the fuck does Robbie McCrory have to do?
Is he going to play next season in a summer frame? I think McLaughlin's been made out to be a scapegoat. I don't think McLaughlin's worse than McGregor. Prime McGregor's better, definitely.
Well, obviously.
But I mean, right now, is McLaughlin any worse? I tell you what, neither McLaughlin or McGregor's the worst goalkeeper in the league. We'll talk about the worst goalkeeper in the league when we get to the final game. But, yeah.
Ross County 0. Motherwell 2.
Bet Ross County Hill didn't turn out too well for me, but yeah, it's the same story.
Motherwell survive relegation.
Yeah, I think that's enough to put Motherwell up now.
Predicted that.
Ross County had a penalty. VAR overturned the penalty. Didn't agree with that decision.
Nah, that's because you bet Ross County.
Whatsoever. And then Ross County go down to 10 men, and Motherwell finished the game by 2-0. So yeah, big win for Motherwell. Tell you what, Stuart Kettlewell's came in, a possible 12 points in the last 4 games, and he's picked up 10. You literally could not ask for more. But Motherwell, I'll tell you what, they beat me at 2 bets the last 2 weeks, so go fuck themselves as far as I'm concerned. But Stuart Kettlewell. I mean, but see down the bottom of the league, right? Literally, that is all you need. See if you can have a good run. You're saved. You know, like we're talking about, who's the two? We're talking about Peterhead and Clyde.
Yeah.
See if Peterhead for their next 4 games get 3 wins and a draw. Clyde are fucked. But the chances of that happening are not realistic. But I mean, Motherwell have done it, you know. So who knows? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But it just goes to show you, if down the bottom, you get a couple of wins, like, and you're literally a different team.
No, that's it. That is it. Like, you're absolutely on the money. But 6 o'clock, New Firm Derby.
New manager bounce. It normally works, but it didn't work for Dundee United. It finished United 1, Aberdeen 3. Aberdeen brought a shitload of fans down. It felt like Aberdeen had more fans in Tannadice than Dundee United did.
Jim Goodwin got hit by a coin.
A disgraceful acts, to be fair. And to be honest, the better team lost this game. I actually feel bad for Jim Goodwin, man. He came in, Dundee United were on top first half, should have led 2 or 3-0 by half time. They didn't. And then we just had, you know, it was 3 errors. Like, I'm not taking anything away from Aberdeen, but it was individual errors that caused.
Bugarari?
He's pish. So, no, anytime there's a corner or a cross, man, you literally, even simple, you know, like, you'll go, keepers, you just never feel safe when it's him.
Jeepers, creepers.
Defending as well. I don't know who number 12 is for Dundee United, but he should never play again. Fucking got rinsed by Duke. I mean, all he had to do is get rid of the ball, and he hits it right after Duke, and then Duke with the control, then takes a wee flick with his head, and then takes it round him easily, and then Charlie Mulgrew's 50-year-old legs couldn't do anything about it, and then Brigetti was in no man's land. Again, second goal down the left-hand side. All 3 goals came from the left-hand side, so I don't know who they've got down there on the left, but he should be left behind, for God's sake. He's not very good. Then the third goal, I mean, it was a finesser by Watkins, but he tried to finesse it in the corner. He got nowhere near the corner. But Briaghetti's that shite that it still went in. So it just an embarrassment, really. You know, Dundee United, better team, but they crumbled. They literally fell apart. And you know what? people say Jim Goodwin was crazy for taking this job. I don't blame him, because look, Dundee United, big enough team. It's a chance for him to get back into football, a Premiership job, and, you know, a chance for him to try and get his reputation back on track. But, I mean, he's only got this job to the end of the season. I think this job could make or break Jim Goodwin. If he keeps him up and he gets offered a new deal, then, you know, he's got another next season he can go at it. But if he takes them down and then the board say, right, we're no longer going to stick with you or whatever, I mean, that just does not look good, you know. Sacked for Aberdeen after a 6-0 defeat against Hibs, 1-0 in the Scottish Cup to Darvel, and then he's going to be known as the guy that got Dundee United relegated, even though he took over when they were in last place. So, I mean, if it pays off, if he keeps them up, then you know what? He's landed. He's like fell out a plane and landed in dog shit or cow manure or whatever. But
what are you on about?
I don't know what analogy.
Talking about dog shit, right? This wasn't a fan of this. St Mirren 1, Celtic 5.
Jimmy Dunn, thoughts on him? Or is it Charles Dunn? I think it's Charles. It's Charles Dunn.
Is it Richard Dunn? I don't know.
Nah, it's Charles Dunn.
I will eat Dunn. You would be done.
You just cannot get sent off against a man sent off against. Surely it is better to have a little bit of faith that your goalkeeper can make the save. And if he doesn't, worst case scenario, it's 1-1. You get into the break, you're still drawn. Let's be real. See if you offered St Mirren going into the break with draw, they took it at the start of the game.
I know.
But
fucking idiotic.
For him to get sent off like this, and it could have so easily been a penalty. I mean, in the end, Celtic don't score. The penalty gets disallowed. They get the free kick instead.
Was it a penalty though?
No, I thought it was at the box.
Exactly.
But my point is, like, yeah, he can argue, right, that, well, me getting sent off was good because I prevented a goal. But at the end of the day, right, there's no guarantee Celtic were going to score. And that's maybe different if it's the 80th minute. And you make a decision like that. But, like I said, for you to make that decision in the first half and then having to go against Celtic 45 minutes...
You should never have had to make the decision. What was he doing?
No, but there's sometimes I think where maybe doing this is worth it.
Yeah, it depends when you do it in the game.
But no, you can't do it, not in the first half.
37 minutes in or whatever it was, man.
Oh, got his first goal for Celtic, as did Johnson. And it's strange because, like I said, we're approaching half-time. It looked like Celtic could potentially drop points today, but in the end, it turned out to be an easy win thanks to that red card. So, yeah.
Oh, you know what? That's the second time in a couple of weeks Mirren have been shafted by red cards.
It is.
Against Celtic, so it is what it is, though. I mean, it was never in doubt once they went down to 10 men. And there is your league table. The gap is still 9. Celtic will win the league. Who'll finish third? I think it still will be Hearts. Who'll go down? My money's on Dundee United.
What's your thoughts on Hibs, so you're not thinking Hibs can... Or do you think they'll Hibs it?
They'll Hibs it. Well, I'll tell you what, if they beat Rangers, like, maybe...
Aberdeen's right back up there, man. Fucking sacking Jim Goodwin is the best thing they've ever done.
I know, but... You play a game extra, you know?
Livingston, I mean, they've got a game in hand. If they win their game in hand, they can go above St Mirren. But I've got a funny feeling Livy are actually going to miss out on top 6.
It's mad when you look at, like, what Hibs, Hearts and Aberdeen have scored, and then you look at the next best team.
But let's be real, right? That's where Hibs, Hearts, Aberdeen should be. We talk about, you know, the financial gap in Scotland. Realistically, if we're being completely honest, Celtic and Rangers should occupy spots number 1 and 2 every season.
And then these three should occupy.
And then these 3 teams should occupy.
And then it should be Dundee United.
Aye. Well.
Who are rock bottom with Jim Goodwin in charge. So they're fucked.
I know, but I just think, you know, Hearts, Hibs and Aberdeen, like, they are a lot bigger. They have a lot more financial power than the other teams. I mean, come on. Like, I'm not saying they have loads to spend, but, I mean, you compare, like, Aberdeen's budget to St Mirren and Livingston, they should be a lot further ahead than just, like, a point or 2.
They've only drawn 2 games. That's very weird. 14 losses for Aberdeen.
12 wins. 12 bloody wins.
That's insane, guys. But that's it for match day 28/27, because some teams...
So Dundee United's going down?
Yeah.
Got a game in hand. Can they win it?
It's against Livy. Livy need to win too, though. Free on the bounce for Livy.
Is Motherwell safe?
Yeah, they're safe. It's Jack. We're safe.
Or St Johnstone safe?
Well, I'll tell you what, right? I think they're safe from automatic.
They've got a 10-point gap over Dundee United. Dundee, I think Dundee United right now, I think if you offer Dundee United 11th, they'd take it and take their chances in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think they would too. Be a smart thing to do, wouldn't it?
Do you think Ross County and Kilmarnock would take that offer? Or do you think they're both hoping that they can...
No, they wouldn't take that offer. Of course they wouldn't, man.
Yeah, I still think Dundee United could stay up. I think they could maybe... But then again, there's not
Why
much...
would you take the option of the playoff when you can finish 10th?
It's just...
Because we don't want automatic. That's it, guys!
Well, I think, if anything, I think Ross County are more likely to stay up over Kilmarnock.
Well, there you go. But that is it until the midweek show. Can't wait for all the action. Celtic play Hearts, don't they?
Celtic Hearts, Hibs Rangers, 2 massive games.
Celtic and Hearts play each other back to back.
Yep, Scottish Cup and the league will be here, so make sure you're
Tell
here
you
too.
what, I'd rather them get pumped at the cup than lose the league.
Same. 100%.
Every day of the week.
Anyway, guys, that's it. Catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.